Donald Trump is a committed US president, committed to its people. No, that's not me. Those are the words of Theresa May, the UK Prime Minister, adamantly defending Donald Trump. What is he committed to? In the space of a year, he has gone golfing over 90 times. 90 times. That's 90 days where he's not been in the White House actually looking after the people. Not that he ever bloody does. In comparison, I love archery. But in 2017, even with my job with a working shift of 4 on 4 off, I did not go to my archery club 90 times. In fact, I think I managed to go 20 days out of 2017 where I work 4 on 4 off. I managed to go to my archery club. Yet Donald Trump has spent over 90 days golfing. We're going on the whole committed. What exactly is he committed to? It's certainly not helping people. Look at Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is still a mess, and it was 2 bloody weeks before he even acknowledged there was an issue. And then what did he do? He went down, he insulted a load of people, he threw some bloody paper towels. And then a little while after, he cut funding. Donald Trump has stolen money from working class and the poor and given it to people who never have to work another day in their bloody lives. But that's committed. Donald Trump has gone out of his way to strip the Obama Healthcare Act, the Obamacare, Medicaid. Now, while he's not actually done it at the moment and you still have access to these things, he's cutting everything from it. He's not committed to the environment. He pulled out of the Paris Accords. He put someone in charge of the Environmental Protection Agency who has done nothing but stripped away the Environmental Protection Agency's ability to protect the environment. Over 1,000 scientists have left because they cannot work under the enforced Trump conditions. What the hell is the Prime Minister doing? Now, I understand we're leaving the European Union. We need allies. We need to make fences, build bridges. We need to be friendlier to the wider world because we are really gonna struggle. But here's the thing. And this is what I think Theresa May is just too dim to understand. Donald Trump has never held up a bargain that doesn't benefit him. The only thing he's actually held up is deals with the Russians because the Russians keep bailing him out. Donald Trump doesn't even like to pay the people who work for him. He has been sued countless times for not paying staff. He has been sued by solicitors and lawyers who represented him in these cases for not paying them. And yet this pathetic loser of a human being, this racist, this sexist, this small-minded bigot, still has an open invitation to come to the UK despite the fact that a huge number of people in the UK do not want him here. They want to rescind that state visit. Some of the people that do want him here because they want to challenge his ideas. But unfortunately, Theresa May is not one of those people. Theresa May, Boris Johnson, the cabinet elites want Donald Trump here because he's got a bit of money. Now, I don't believe for a second that he has as much money as he's saying, because put him next to someone who's richer than him and he turns into a little This goes back to the whole complicity thing. We are now so used to stupid things from coming up that we don't even challenge them anymore. We're so used to horrible ideas that we don't challenge them anymore. Theresa May keeps coming out with things like the NHS is doing fine. In fact, we put more money into the NHS because of the winter crisis, so it's doing fine. I'm sorry there's a bit of a hoo-ha about it, but it's fine. She was on the Andy Murray show and he challenged her, telling her about a woman whose mother had a stroke and had to wait 5 hours before she could go into a hospital. 5 hours in the car park of a hospital before she could go in. And yet Theresa May, first off, Theresa May smirked and I hit the roof when I saw that little come up on her face. But then she had the audacity to say, well, you know, it depends on the hospitals. No, it doesn't. It depends on the NHS. Yes, the staff of the NHS are doing phenomenally well, but that's because they have to. It's not easy. They're being cut left, right and centre, and putting a little bit of money in when you've cut so much already is not the answer. Dover has an almost brand new hospital. It's actually amazing when you walk in there. It looks so modern. It looks so high tech. It looks so clean. It is phenomenal, but it can do F all. If there is an emergency, like right now, I haven't got a watch on me, but the last time I saw the clock today was maybe a couple of hours ago. It was like 5 o'clock. So it's like 6, 7 o'clock right now. If I get hurt, if I fall down the stairs, if I have to call an ambulance, I'm not going to be taken to Dover Hospital, despite the fact that it's like a 10-minute drive. Not even 10 minutes, probably 5 minutes in an ambulance. They'll take me miles and miles down the road, either to Canterbury or to Ashford. There's a lot of space between here, Canterbury and Ashford. And yet we have the newest hospital. For most things in Dover, if you need to go to the hospital, you will go to either Canterbury or you will go to Ashford. And it's been this way for a while. A couple of years ago, I had to have an operation and I had to have blood tests and all the rest of it. And I had to go to Canterbury, not Dover. Not the place that takes me 20 minutes to walk to. I had to go to a completely different town. I had to go to the nearest city just for a blood test. Do not smirk, Mrs. May, at the appalling state you have allowed the NHS to fall into. Do not defend scumbags. If there was an election tomorrow, after what I've seen so far in this early 2018, I think Jeremy Corbyn would win. Because so many people are just disgusted with what is actually happening. And ignoring the general thought of the people of not wanting that revolting human being who's pretending to be president and allowing him to come over is obscene. You're not going to get a trade deal with him. Of course you're bloody not. He doesn't know the first thing about international politics. It had to be explained to him 11 times when he was talking to Angela Merkel that you cannot have a deal with just Germany. It has to be the European Union. Yet he couldn't get that through his thick skull. If I was giving political advice to anyone who is making a trade deal with America, I would say do it with Michael Pence. Now, I'm shocked that Donald Trump hasn't been impeached already. It's monumentally mind-blowing that Republicans haven't had enough, because he doesn't support Republicans, he doesn't back publicans, he doesn't back anyone. He's thrown multiple people under the bus. He just doesn't care about anyone other than himself. Something that his children, ironically, have learned from him, as recent reports are coming out that Jared Kushner and Ivanka Kushner, are now considering throwing Donald under the bus. But that's besides the point for the moment. Making a deal with Donald Trump is stupid because, one, he's not going to live up to it, and two, he should be impeached very, very soon. And realistically, once he's gone, you just have Michael Pence in charge, which is better for the Republican Party because he's he's the standard of Republicans. All the same things are going to happen. All the same tax breaks for the wealthy, screwing over the poor, making it harder to live in America if you're not wealthy and white. All that crap. So giving advice to anyone who's trying to make a deal with America, wait for Trump to go away. Or start talking to Michael Pence. But don't make it with Trump. What the hell is that going to achieve? This muppet doesn't know the Constitution. This muppet, I'd be stunned if he knew what bloody day it was. He's not even in the White House long enough to actually do a day's work. The only thing he's done is undo what Obama has done. In his European tour, I say tour rather than diplomatic responsibilities, his question, based on any policy, on anything, was, what did Obama do? If Obama was in favour of a policy, Trump was against it. If Obama was against a policy, Trump was for it. He doesn't know he doesn't know a damn thing. But he's such a tiny man, he constantly compares himself to Obama, and guess what? It's just not working. And Mrs. May, don't come out and say that Donald Trump is committed. He's not committed to anything other than stroking his own bloody ego. Get your head out of the clouds, stop pretending. We deserve better than that.